Hi everyone, this is Kayla Hickman, and today we're going to be learning how to draw an African violet. So to begin, I'm just going to look at my flower, and I'm not trying to draw it exact, I'm just trying to draw a simple version of the flower. So it doesn't have to look just like the picture you use, we're just using it as a reference photo. So I'm just going in and I'm just going to draw a stem, and I'm just going to do 3 flower shapes, and the petals are almost like little hearts. And some I drew with 4, some I drew with 5. You can kind of be creative with it. Next, I'm just going to come in with some leaves, and they also have like a heart shape. So if you look in my video at my leaves, you can see the heart shape. And then I drew some little lines going out on each side of that center line going down. I messed up on how I wanted to place my leaf, so I erased it. I'm just going to come back down with some stems, and then I'm going to draw the leaf more towards the side. Sometimes when you're drawing and you don't like how something looks, I do that a whole lot. I'll erase it and fix it till I get it exactly how I want it. So then I'm just resizing it here, and what I'm going to do, this is my pencil layer, so I'm going to add a layer, and then I'm going to start painting. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to start with my lightest color. Sometimes you start with your middle color, sometimes you start with your darkest color, but here I started with my lightest color. I got a paintbrush. You can choose whichever brush you would like, whatever medium, if you're not using a digital form of a computer or iPad. You can use paper, you can use pencil, watercolor, charcoal, pastels, just whatever you love to use. You can follow me and still do the same thing. So what I'm doing here is just coloring in the petals with my lightest purple color that I want to use. So I'm going in, I'm just filling in the whole flower with my lightest purple color that I want to use. And here I'm going to pick a middle color purple next. And so I'm just going to look at each one of my flowers, and I'm going to look at my reference photo and see, okay, I see some dark here. So I'm going to start coloring in with my medium color purple towards the center. And you also want to think about where your light source is coming from. So here in mine, my light source is coming from the top right direction and coming down towards the flowers. So you can see I'm doing that medium purple kind of in the center and kind of more towards the bottom left of each petal. So I'm just doing that, choosing where my light source is at each petal, and I'm just going in with my medium color. After I get all of my medium color, I'm going to go back in, maybe make my pencil a little smaller here, and I'm going to come in with my darkest purple. So wherever my medium color is, that's where I'm going to color on top of. I'm not going to touch my lightest color. My darkest purple is only going to be painted on top of the medium color purple. And I'm just looking at my reference photo and kind of making my guesstimate about where I think this darker purple should go on each flower. Probably even further to the bottom left of each petal really is where it needs to go. So I'm going to finish up with that, and in the center of each one of my flowers, I'm going to pick a yellow orangish color. And I'm going to do the darkest little dots. I'm just going to put like four little dots in the center, and I'm going to do like a darker color. And then I'm going to come back, I made like a lighter yellow, and I came back and just highlighted the top right of each one of those little dots with a brighter yellow. And now I'm going to move on to the stems and the leaves. And what I did was I made a new a new layer, and I move that layer underneath my flower layer. And I'm basically going to do the same thing that I did with the flowers. So I'm just going to come back with my green. I'm going to start with each one of my stems, all with the solid color. And I'm just going to fill in these leaves. These leaves have a lot of character. I love how the sides of the leaves have those wavy, pattern to it on the sides. I just love that. So I got all my leaves filled in, and I'm going to come in with my like a little bit darker green color. So I'm going to do maybe like a medium green here. And I'm just going to outline my leaves. I'm going to outline them. And remember, the light source is the top right. That's where our lightest is going to be. And so that's where on our leaves, our lightest green is going to be on the top right of all the leaves. So we're going to do the darkest. I'm adding some dark to the bottom left of my leaves. And I'm going to emphasize these veins on the leaves with some of that dark. So I'm basically just coming in with this darker green, and I'm just accenting all of these veins on my leaves. Using the eraser tool a little bit to try to fix it. Kind of went out of my lines a little bit. So that's all I'm doing here, is coming in with that darker color and just accenting and highlighting those veins on the leaf with the darker shade. And if you look in the reference photo, you can see what I'm talking about. It really highlights those veins. We really want that light part to stick out on our leaves. So actually what I did here, instead of starting with my lightest color on my leaves, I decided I didn't want to go darker on my leaves, so I did the medium color first, then I did my darkest color, and then right here I'm coming back with my lightest green color, and I'm just going in the middle of each one of those veins, and I'm highlighting each one and giving it some light. And there you go. All you have to do after that is go back and delete your pencil layer, and you have a beautiful, simple drawing of an African violet. Thank you so much for drawing with me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.